service. I'm Jared Roan alongside JJ Johnson. And boy, JJ, a lot to talk about. Two teams in fine form. Vanguard back from a 2-game road trip, and they're going to try to make it 6 straight wins in a row, but they have to face a team who gave them a lot of problems in early January.
Jared, Vanguard is battle tested. This is their 3rd straight matchup against a top 6 opponent in the conference, and you're exactly right. They're looking for revenge after that contest in early January against the Golden Eagles, where they stopped their 7-game win streak at the time. So Vanguard's got their work cut out for them, but they've got to look at the 3-ball tonight. Vanguard, in their 4 losses, they've allowed 33% from downtown. Concordia is the 2nd best 3-point shooting team from downtown in this conference, so they have to make sure that they shore that up tonight. But beyond that, they also have to take the right threes on their own, because Concordia, they did not defend the paint at all against Westmont a couple nights ago. They were outscored 52-24 against the Warriors, as a matter of fact. So when you look at those combination of elements, there's a recipe for Vanguard to kind of get their get back tonight, but it's going to be a tough test because Concordia, I mean, they live and die by the 3-ball, so got to make sure you watch out for that tonight.
They have given a lot of teams some trouble as of late. They've taken down Dominican, they've taken down APU, they've taken down Vanguard. They're trying to complete the season sweep here in the regular season, as this Valentine's Day matchup is up and underway. The Golden Eagles control the tip. They're in the greens. Vanguard in the gray jerseys with the pink trim. He's tied up, jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Vanguard.
Watch that body contact. They can't move her out with their body.
Yeah, really good defensive possession right there for Vanguard to start. And who else but Akila Kubi, who's top 20 in the conference in steals per game.
Reeses to the nail. Fork down low to Kubi. Little pump fake.
Seen a few of those bunnies be missed by Akila Kubi, especially on this court. You got to make sure that you take those freebies, against, especially against a team like Concordia that limited you to just 49 points. And right on cue, Kubi gets a steal.
That was a season low back on January 8th for these Vanguard Lions. They were really taken down in quarters 2 and 3. With Hanning. Now Scoff. Squeezes past one and puts it up and in.
Yeah, really good job by Emma Scott attacking the interior. But did you see Michaela Hanning, a guard setting a Gortat screen? You love the high IQ play.
Defender of the week.
Just too much on the interior. That 2nd straight possession that Vanguard's been in a cross match, which is going to be a common theme when Vanguard sends 2 to the ball. You're going to find a lot of those mismatches on the backside. See if Concordia can take advantage of those.
Scoff with denial. Pax Shumate. And now a 3-on-3. Sent across, cross-court pass, Hanning lets fly and hits.
Tied for 3rd in terms of best 3-point shooter in the conference. If Concordia's going to find someone in transition, you got to find her.
Scoff sets a pick.
Oh,
fizz
nice.
Down low, wonderful play and wonderful finish. That opened up beautifully there for the blue and gold.
Yes, it did. You see a timeout here, but he had Emma Scoff on the bad end of a pass earlier trying to find Akila Kubi. Kubi says, you know what, Scoff, this is how you make that pass. Call that a good old punch read right there, working high-low off the screen and roll. And really good job by Kubi being patient, letting Scoff work her defender up the lane line so that she had more room. Not everyone was on the same page.
9-0 Lion run. Here comes Hanning to the cup.
Vanguard's not messing around in this one. They want to make sure that they take advantage of Concordia early and put this thing to bed, trying to clinch their postseason spot.
Bion breaks away, Hanning demanding that basketball. Instead, they find Scoff. And all options are golden. And it's another Lion steal. Hanning from the baseline. That one catches air, but it's Vanguard basketball. And it's Bion with keen interest while Hudson was on an island.
Oh my goodness, that's been a common theme where she's missed at least one of those a game, Jared.
And Kubi, it's how on earth Kubi held on to that basketball, I couldn't tell you.
I don't know, but you have Ariana Hudson wide open. She's shooting 44% from downtown. That has to be someone you find in transition.
Hard to find real estate on the perimeter. Scoff. Cha-ching.
And that's the hard part for Concordia is you're playing defense pretty well, but whenever you have a pick and pop 5-man, it makes it really difficult for you to play the defense that Concordia is doing because, yeah, you want Scott to shoot, but the problem is she's proving over and over again that she can knock that down in that slot.
Comm too strong. Falls down to Michaela Hanning. Now Bion. Floated down low.
Go a little tic-tac-toe. How about that?
Credit to Boozer.
So you shake your head. I got to agree with you. I was a little nervous because, again, she's throwing those passes late over the top. I mean, it's hard to have room. Thankfully, Emma Scoffel is also rim running with Boozer, but, man, a dangerous pass.
Vela. And flash off the fingertips.
I mean, Concordia, I get that's part of their game plan, right, is to try to speed past Vanguard's press, but, I mean, how many times are you going to have that type of turnover off the fingertips before you, I don't want to say give up on it, but understand what your personnel is giving you. Going back to a couple possessions ago, I did like the play call trying to get Jaren Matson going from downtown, right? Because as much as we talked about her struggles from downtown, she's starting to get it going just a little bit. The last 5 games, she's shooting 41% from
half number 1. Hanning skates to the cup, kick out Matson. Cha-ching.
Terrific execution, Jared Rowan. Akila Kubi looped her way around. It's a little bit of a wrinkle from Vanguard's end of quarter situation. This time she set the flare screen on the backside. Get your shooter going, because Jaren Matson, she certainly needed it.
Vanguard closed the half on an 18-3 run, and they lead big here on the PacWest Network. We will take a break. It is second half action when we come back. Darkile spins away from 1 and 2, and a gentle floater off glass. Boy, that was pretty from Asia Darkile.
Yeah, it was, and that's the example that you put in the resume when you file the application for PacWest Freshman of the Year.
This is Tarrant. We only have 5 on the shot clock. Kong. And the first 3 ball of the night is down.
And sometimes that's all you need for Concordia. Just when we were talking about this being near a 30-point game, all of a sudden it's down to 21, which seems like a lot, but the fact that they just broke the seal from downtown might prove to be a problem for Vanguard's defense.
Lions rush it. And Concordia can rack in a few more.
That is one thing about Kayla Boozer. She runs through a lot of her passes. She needs to learn to play off of 2 feet so that if someone does help, she still is not committed to the play and she can get off it to the next side where the help came from.
Launched in the corner, extra feed at the horn. Kiernan got it. First 3 ball of the night for Kiernan. And is that the catalyst for Concordia to steamroll into the 4th quarter? They're still down big, but they dominated the 3rd, 21-10. They outscored VU. And we got a lot to look forward here to. Final 10 minutes on the...
Watch this X game right here where they park someone at the nail.
Hopkins.
Oh, man. Too easy. Right on cue. Hit the nail, and instead of going to the X game, you fake it and you just go double right off of it as it's single digits, Jared.
With Collins. She's liked this angle all night. Into the corner now, Kiernan. Met by 2, goes at Scherzer, and a foul.
Well, the first closeout was really good by Natalie Scherzer, understanding that Kiernan has 21 points. She's been the offense so far for Concordia. And then that second one right there, she was like closeout on a shooter, but the problem is she had bad feet. Her hips weren't square to the ball, and that allowed the baseline drives to be induced.
This is past Hopkins, down low to Kubi. Nope, too strong. Did not look good off the hands.
5th bunny tonight, the Vanguard's missed. If they lose this game, that will come back to bite them.
They got to hustle here.
They're going to go back to that nail play right there.
At the elbow. Final minute approaching. Hopkins for Kiernan for 3. But she's fouled. Concordia burned the timeout. And there was a wry smile on the face of Cameron Kiernan as she came back to the sideline.
Oh, I think it's because she knows this play's getting drawn up for her.
She fancies her odds here in the second half.
And what I love about a well-organized staff like this is she was already drawing up that play as soon as Bion made the foul. And she asked her, do you need a full or a 30 for this? She said, I only need a 30. And that tells me that she is dialed in. She knows her role in this team. And to me, that's what you look for in an organization like Concordia.
Michelle, a grad assistant, promoted to assistant coach from last year. Gigi, there's just no real way to know how this season's going to end. I mean,
no.
From a Concordia perspective, that Menlo game really helps them. It puts them in a position to feel, I don't want to say comfortable, but understanding that those who are chasing them
are
another game behind, and they still have Biola on the schedule. So, in a solid position as far as standings go for Concordia, but in terms of, I mean,
don't sleep on Menlo. When we opened the conference slate against Menlo, we said don't sleep on them. They are starting to find the rhythm. I know it's a steep climb for them, but do not sleep on them.
Back to business. Kiernan, high arcing tray. It's down.
Another gate play this time. Remember earlier, it was Dark Kyle who, it was really an isolation for her to get downhill at Bion. Same exact situation. This time they're like, no, we need a triple, so let's go ahead and find it. A terrific gate screen on the backside, on the left wing, and great execution once again for Concordia. They're dialed in these late game situations.
But it is inconsequential in the end. The Vanguard University Lions have punched their ticket to their first ever berth to the PacWest postseason tournament. It was not pretty for the final 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes forcing 19 turnovers from the Golden Eagles. Concordia came up with just 4 in the second half. They really did the job, on Vanguard in that second half.
Teams take care of the ball when they beat Vanguard. Concordia didn't do it in the first half, and wouldn't you know it, in the second half, they dominated the Lions. And it wasn't even close. They imposed their will, and I gotta say, Concordia, once again, if they have to be someone's first round matchup, whether it's Azusa Pacific slipping to the 3 seed, the first round bye based on tonight's matchup is more important than ever, because you do not want to see Concordia in that 6th spot.